Hi, I'm Sarah Fae, and I'm the author of Ghost the Christmas Stag. Ghost the Christmas Stag is illustrated by Catherine Holman in New Jersey in America, and we've only ever met physically twice. And the reason we met is what I'm sat in front of here. Ancient sacred magic. Speaking of which, this is the chap that inspired it, really. This is The Real Ghost, a very rare wild white roebuck that I was lucky to catch a glimpse of in Northumberland 2019. Yeah, just in around February time. And this one too. Everyone always comments on his fluffy antlers, his velvet antlers. I always think he's in a bit of a yoga pose here. So this is The Real Ghost, and he inspired this book. Ghost the Christmas Stag is told through the eyes of a young boy called Hector the Forest Protector. And it's all about protecting that which is sacred within, whether it's creatures, wildlife, humans. I hope you enjoy the story. Once while upon a woodland walk was a boy named Hector, the Forest Protector. Hector by name, curious by nature, once set his eyes upon an unusual creature. Yomping and stomping through autumnal leaves, with cold damp moss creeping up to his knees, he watched as it meandered through the trees, seamlessly vanishing with the greatest of ease. Where did it go? What did I see? It was blindingly stark and startlingly bright, ice-white antlers that light up the night. Can't be a unicorn, they're not real, but I've seen something magical. It's quite a big deal. Looking to the sky, he could see by the sun. It was way past the time he'd said to his mum. Even though it was only September, it was close enough to make him worry and wonder. Naughty or nice, that elusive list, so for now he'd simply follow his bliss. You see, forest protectors are not the sort to be governed by people, places or clocks, even if it meant a good telling off, being late wasn't a crime, and nor were dirty socks. Toast, Hector's mother spoke, wiping his eyes, dipping into eggy yolk, and as he munched he had a hunch. Well, you know, yesterday, Mum, I thought I saw a ghost. Unless, and don't you suppose, dears can play dress up and wear snow-coloured clothes. You see? It was blindingly stark and startlingly bright, ice-white antlers that light up the night. It sounds like a stag, Hector, and the type to be revered. How will I know for sure? Well, I've got an idea. I'll get dressed up in brown and green and stand really still deep in the dean. Try not to make a scene. Hector did not expect to find what he thought was there. Hearing rustling in the bushes, he started to feel scared. Too loud to be a rabbit, pheasant or hare, he crouched down low and got prepared. Hector was, after all, the forest protector. If anyone was going to find it, there'd be no one better. So as still and as steady and as silent as can be, he watched and waited, quiet, discreetly, as it gently emerged out of the bracken, soft velvet on its antlers, but as brazen as a dragon. A white stag. One of wildlife's greatest mysteries, mythic tales written in history. No wonder these beasts are shrouded in such secrecy. He held his breath and watched as it traversed between the bark of silver birch, gently sheltered by Mother Earth. This is how this remarkable spectre revealed itself to our forest protector, camouflaged by the beauty of nature. Hector told no soul what he'd found in the woods, knowing all too well magic can turn greed to blood to gold. Not everyone who ventures into the forest is cautious or honest. They perceive the world as their right to profit. Still, he had heard of those who shoot animals for fun, trophies and claws. All of a sudden, fear filled his toes. You know, I think I'll call him Ghost. That way he can disappear if humans get too close. Yet in the lightest of magic grew the darkest of fears, for it's only a matter of time until hunting begins. Best make a plot, a plan or scheme. Besides, how do you give an animal wings? Blindingly stark, startlingly bright, ice white antlers should light up the night. In recalling the advice his mother once gave him, how nature would always need our love and protection, and whilst things that are sacred can never truly be taken, we should never be afraid to forge a new beginning. And so it was written. Dear Father Christmas, I know it's September and you'll still be on holiday, but I hope this letter finds you. I've got something really important to say. A white stag lives in the woodland where I walk, and I worry about his safety because I know humans that stalk. I wonder if you might live better another way and on Christmas Eve join your sleigh. So white in the night he'll guide you without fear, but if the children glance up he can just disappear. I've called him Ghost, not because of his colour, it's because he can vanish and go undercover. A perfect addition to your group of 9. Will you recruit him, teach him how to fly? I hope this letter finds you and you catch my gist. Signed, Hector Forest Protector. P.S. Am I on your naughty list? Meanwhile, in the North Pole, someone was writing another kind of note. This reindeer's tears began to rise up in his throat. Yo, Santa. I think it's about time you found yourself a new head flyer. It's Rudolph here. I'm ready to retire. I've checked out the others, and don't you suppose we can stick on a pretend light up red nose? I'll train them up. I'll show them the ropes. I've enjoyed my journeys as chief of your sled. We've had so many adventures whilst the kids were in bed. Remember that time we flew past a comet in Taiwan, dropped off extra presents in that school in Pakistan, and then there was that time we nearly got caught in a chimney in Japan. Why I'm doing it, I'll never understand. We've had so much fun. None of it was planned. Maybe I just need a break, enjoy some time off, a chance to dance, stick my head in a trough. I guess if we can't train the others up, I'll have to stay on. Yours sincerely, Rudolph. P.S. I do love my job. It's just been too long. Mrs. Claus was first to receive the news. Elves went on strike with that big list of to-dos. Put yourself in Rudolph's hooves. We need a new leader. Better start those interviews. All this whilst Father Christmas was still on his annual holiday. Where else would he go but Santa Fae? Arriving back in Lapland early October, he could barely get through the door, so much mail was stuck under. One letter sparkled more than the rest. A picture was drawn right next to the address. A white stag. Santa was aware of this creature, but so rare and unique, no one could get near. As he slowly opened the letter, Santa's heart began to beat quicker. Astonished, dumbfounded, he could barely believe he'd found his answer for a new kind of Christmas Eve. All the while, still on his woodland walks, Hector wondered, where had he gone? Had Ghost been hunted? Definitely was not a unicorn. Besides, Ghost had antlers, not a forehead with a horn. Desperation began to fill his eyes. Feelings of failure, sadness and pride, swollen and broken, Hector sobbed he'd failed in his mission. Or so he thought. Blindingly stark, startlingly bright, ice-white antlers were lighting up the night. There in flight with bells and jingles was a suit of red. Hang on a second. Is that Kris Kringle? And leading the sleigh, flanked by Prancer and Dasher, was a bright white stag, still with velvet on his antlers. Ghost the Christmas Stag became his name, receiving worldwide attention, recognition and fame. But one question still remained. How could one so white be so quick to disappear? Dear reader, are you getting nearer? Later, whilst resting on Christmas Day, Santa awoke from his slumber and he remembered once again Hector's letter in October. So rare a creature anyone else might have missed, but not this forest protector. He was officially off the naughty list. 10% of every book goes towards rewilding in the Scottish Highlands in Northern England. So thank you for listening. Thank you for supporting our work. And I guess, Merry Christmas.